I'm Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah!
I hope you all enjoyed our first half, so let's jump right into the second. So to start us off, I'd like to welcome Dr. Patti Guiliani to the stage. She has a home practice in Massachusetts with her husband, Dr. Peter Borfian, who we met earlier. They specialize in pediatric chiropractic. She is the past president of the League of Chiropractic Women, and she's the current president of the Academy of Chiropractic Family Practice. The title of her talk is Miracles, Who is the Healer Really? Give it up for Dr. Guiliani.
Okay. Patricia Giuliano. I'm Italiano. And I am not going to hold this microphone. If I stay here, can you all hear me well? Enough? Good? Okay, so I won't move. I won't move. I'll stay here. So first, let me just say it's an honor to be here to speak to all of you. I mean, you are the future of chiropractic, and it's exciting for those of us that have been out for a few years. 36 years for me. Peter keeps saying 35. It's 36, Peter.
Yes,
And I graduated when I was 10. And I tell patients that, and usually the women are like, "Oh, that's so funny." The guys are like, "Really?" Sorry, guys. It's like, who knows? I don't know what they're thinking. They're thinking, "Oh man, she looks great for 40s." So I thought a lot about this, about miracles, and I thought about, and it's really great because everyone has had their own kind of hit on it. Have you noticed? And for me, I think that the miracles, based on our philosophy, the miracles have to start with us looking inside. So the miracles are from the inside out, from us, and how we project ourselves out into the profession and to our patients, practice members, and to our family and our friends, and anybody we come in contact with. We are an example, and we can be a miraculous example, and I try really hard, and sometimes we fall short, and you know what? That's okay. You just pick yourself up, and then you do better the next time, and you learn from that. Being a parent, any parents out here? You learn a lot from your kids, and I will tell you that parenting isn't all that it's cut out to be. You're supposed to laugh. Because you're all kids, you all have parents. And were your parents all perfect? Anybody have perfect parents? We try. And I will tell you that our philosophy, knowing that there is a universal intelligence, and knowing that there is this innate intelligence within each of us, we get to, as parents, convey that to our children. And we convey that to them through experiences and things that happen. So I went to Mr. Gould, Mrs. Gould, whoever it was, last night, and I looked up miracles. And I thought, so perfect, I can insert these definitions into my talk. And I found 4 definitions that I really liked. And I thought, wow, there are 4 of us, our 4 main family, me, Peter, Katie, and Christopher. And Katie and Christopher are married now, but we're not going to talk about the son-in-law and daughter-in-law today. We're going to talk about the core family. Is that okay? Can we do that? And I'm going to express it in terms of miracles. And I will relay some stories with you. As we all stand up here, it's really important for us to be real with all of you and let you know that things aren't always perfect. But you may not see that when somebody's standing on the stage and they're trying to motivate you and inspire you. So we're not going to talk about a lot of the crap that happens, but know that there is crap that happens in all of our lives, no matter how successful we are or how well you think we're dressed, or whatever it may be. And I will share some of that with you so you can kind of get a picture of how do you navigate through those things, and how our philosophy, our core philosophy, really helps us, help Peter and I to be able to be the best parents we could be, the best people we could be, and to acknowledge that there's something greater than us. There's something greater than us out here, above, down, inside out, but there's something greater than us coming forth from us. So I will use my technology here, and I'm pointing this way. Is that where I'm pointing this? What's up, Peter? I am pointing and pushing. That is, we're not even going there. Pointing and pushing.
There you go. It should work now.
We good?
Go back.
Let's go back one. So, expect miracles in your life. And you know what? Sometimes the miracles are not what you think are great things at the moment, but then in retrospect you can look back and see they're miracles. So I grew up in an Italian Catholic family in New Jersey, and I transplanted to Boston, thank God. And no, I love my family. It was just, I was the oldest granddaughter out of, there were 21 cousins. And we were all very close. And so it was, Patti, take me here, take me there, because the grandmothers didn't drive. My mother did. My mother's like Seal Andretti. She's 4'8". He gets in the car, you can't even see her eyes up the dashboard. She's 90 and puts her big toe on the gas, and she says, there's only 2 speeds, stop and go fast. That's my mother. So my parents took us to chiropractors from birth. I was 6 months old. And think about it, that was a long time ago. 1953, okay? And the rest of our family, our cousins, no one went to the chiropractor, but we did. Because my father had experience, and that's another long story, but we won't get into that. And so what my mother taught me, besides that we went to the chiropractor once a month, that's what we did. And if anybody in our family was expressing symptoms or whatever, my mother put all 4 kids in the car and we'd go to the chiropractor. And it would be an hour. He would scope everybody, and then he'd adjust one of us. And there were 5 of us in the room, and he'd go to all his other rooms and come back around, and then adjust the second one. So we were there for hours, and it was quite the experience. And I loved our chiropractor. He actually ended up coming to our wedding because he was so much a part of our family. And so what I learned from a young age was if I didn't feel good and I woke up and I said, Mom, I don't feel good, I don't think I can go to school, my mother would smack me up the side of the head, maybe an adjustment, and say, go to school, you'll feel better. So I translated that into, wow, I guess I just have to move through this and my body's going to heal me. Whether I thought those words at the time, I think of that now. And I would go to school and I would feel better. It's like even now, if I'm not feeling great and I go in the office, man, once I get in there and I'm rolling and I'm doing what I love, I always feel better. Anybody else experience that in their life? So when I went to Mrs. Google last night and I got the definitions of miracle, I found 4 that I felt applied to me. So I want to use them, I want to inspire you with some stories. Some of you might have heard some of the stories. We spoke Thursday night, we spoke yesterday, and just bear with me. They're stories that they're hearing a second time or third time. So, the Patti miracle, I figured I'd start with myself. I always put myself last. I'm going to start with myself. So, highly improbable or extraordinary event, development or accomplishment that brings very welcome consequences. Going to chiropractic school. It changed my life. It made sense why we went to the chiropractor for all those years. And it brought me a way for me to express who I am. I'm a connector. I like connecting with people. I like being one-on-one. This is a little scary, and even though I've done this for years, it's still, you have people looking at you, staring at you, waiting for those nuggets to come out. You hope that you're going to give those nuggets. And so in the office, I get to do one-on-one with all the new people. I do the consultation, I do the exam, I do the report of findings, and I love it. Please, you gotta say all the time, I love seeing new people. And it creates a vacuum, and they come because you love it. So for me, that was my first miracle. Well, I would say my first big miracle. And what that big miracle did was it brought me to Boston, because I was engaged to a guy who wasn't a chiropractor. He came to Life. I went to Life Chiropractic College in Marietta. At the time it was called Life Chiropractic College. And Jerry came to school with me, Italian. He was an architect. And we were going to come back to Boston. And he was going to buy a building, fix it up, and all that. And I went to Boston, and something miraculous happened. I realized that being away from him, I started liking myself. He was very critical when you're with somebody who's real critical of you. My parents were like that, my aunts and uncles. My aunts would actually say to me, if somebody gives you a compliment, don't accept it, because they're just giving you the Italian, the Maloikia. It's like they're gonna put a spell on you or something. Weird, but that's what they thought, and that's what I grew up with.